Hello friends, it's Ms. Stevenson with you, and I've had a request for an art video for this week. So the request was to learn how to make a book. So here we are. For this activity, you will need some paper and something to draw with. I'm going to use markers. That's what shows up best on the camera, but you can use pencil crayons, regular pencils, whatever you have at home that you can draw with and write with. I'm also going to use a stapler. Okay. Now, I don't recommend putting too many pages in your book to start because you want to make sure that you don't waste any paper. So just put in a few pieces to start and make sure that you fill all the pages. And then if you want to add more later, you can. Okay. So I am going to start with maybe just 3 pieces of paper. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3 pieces of paper. I'm putting them together in a stack, and then I am going to fold them in half. Okay, so I lined up the edges and I folded it in half. And now what you want to do is staple down the side. You might want to get a grown-up to help you with this part. Maybe you'll feel okay doing that on your own, but I just put 3 staples, 1, 2, 3 down the side, and now my pages are not going to fall apart. Okay, and I can open all the pages to make sure that they lay flat. I'm just giving a crease down the middle there where the staples are, and that way I can open all the pages. You could even start your book with 2 pages. Okay. So now I have a book. It's stapled on the ends, and it has 1, if I can open it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So even just stacking 3 sheets of paper will give you 6 pages in your book. Okay, so now you're able to do a picture on the front for your cover. All right, so the front cover of your book usually has a picture about what the story is going to be about. Okay, I'll give you an example. Here's a book that I have. It's called I Am Enough. It's got the title, I Am Enough. And there's a picture of a girl on the book. All right. The book tells you, the cover tells you something about what the book is about. I have another book here. This book is called Say Something. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Say Something. And it's got all different people on the cover of this book. And this book has the next thing I want to talk about. This book has a speech bubble. You see this big thing with an arrow going to this girl here? This means that this girl is talking and she sang the words say something. Speech bubbles tell you who is doing the talking. So if you wanted to add speech bubbles to your book, you can do that too. I'll show you how. Now, so the cover will have a picture and some words, and then your book, maybe your book will have words, maybe it won't have words, maybe it will have pictures and no words at all. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do a speech bubble. I'm going to do 2 people in my book. Okay, here are my 2 people, And I want my people to do some talking. They're going to be talking to each other. Okay. And I'm going to do some speech bubbles. So this person is happy to see his friend. So he's saying, hello. And the way you do a speech bubble, you do the word first, and then you draw a bubble around the word, and you do the arrow to the person that's doing the talking. So it's much, much easier to do the word first and then do the bubble around the word. And that way you know that the bubble's big enough for your writing. Okay? This person is going to say, how are you? This person's asking a question. How are you? So there's a question mark at the end of his sentence. And again, I need to do a speech bubble around the words. And that way we know this person is talking. All right. So the first thing your book needs to have is characters. Characters are the people or the animals in the story. Who is the story about? Right? Now, I'm going to do one more person, and I'm going to show you another kind of bubble. So some people will be able to do some writing on their own. Some of you may need to get a grown-up to help you, and some of you will choose to do yours totally with pictures. That's fine too. There are lots of books with no words printed in them, just pictures. So where is my friend? He's wondering something. He's not saying it out loud. So this is what a thought bubble looks like, because this person is thinking. See how it looks different? It looks kind of like a cloud. It's got a bumpy edge to it. It's not a straight edge, and it's got bubbles here. This is called a thought bubble because the person's thinking it in their brain. They're not saying it out loud. So those are different kinds of speech bubbles that you can do for your people. These ones show that the person is talking out loud. And this one is a thought bubble. Where is my friend? He's thinking to himself. Okay, so you don't have to do your book about people. You could do your book about animals or insects or robots or aliens or dinosaurs. You can have any kind of character you want in your book at all. But try to think of a story to go along with it. Where will your book take place? Does it take place on the top of a volcano or at the bottom of the ocean? Maybe it takes place on the moon, right? And who are the characters in your story? Are they people like in my book? And see how I tried to draw on both sides of the book, both sides of the page? I haven't drawn anything here yet. Maybe I'll draw a scene to show where this guy is. Maybe he's at the park. Maybe he's at the park looking for his friend. See? He's at the park. There's a bike path there. He's looking around to try to find where his friend went. Okay? So all stories have characters and something that happens, and all stories take place somewhere. They all have a setting. So you can think about these things when you create your story. Maybe you could take a little video of yourself turning the pages and telling the story. Maybe you could take a video and put it on your portfolio in Brightspace. Hope you have a lot of fun. Can't wait to hear what adventure you come up with. Bye, friends.